Welcome to Professor Kev Show. I got my friend Tanishqa with us from BookHub. Good evening, my friend. How you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm doing great. First of all, thank you for inviting me. How are you doing?
Just living the dream, my friend. So before we talk about BookHub, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
All right, so I'm Tanishqa Dhiman, an 18-year-old teenager entrepreneur from Delhi, India. I started my entrepreneurial journey through a very different internship. I don't know how I landed it back in May 2024. And then I got into the journey of exploring new student led organizations, the field of entrepreneurship. I never thought that I was made for it until I explored it. And then I found my own organization in July 2024. It's called BookHub. It's dedicated to authors, helping them publish and you can say get to write better. And recently, I found another nonprofit. It's called Projects First. I can't reveal the idea yet, but yeah, we are going to be launching very soon. I am a person who loves, you can say, eating. I love exploring new ideas. I love going out and talking to people. And yeah, that's pretty much about me.
Makes sense. So let's talk a bit about BookHub. Why did you start it?
Okay, so BookHub is pretty personal. I have been writing ever since I was 13. Now I'm 18. And I've had this very own problem where I can't find editors that are good enough to actually proofread my book or actually edit it properly. I'd go out and I'd ask people, can you please read my book? Can you please give me some review? How do you think it is? And everything. And people would always be like, oh, yeah, it's good and everything, just to keep my heart. It's very common. And I thought that, a lot of students like me would face the same problem. I spent 4 years researching to find a place where I could actually send my books to actually get edited because as students, we are not very financially independent and you can say around the age of 13 or 14. So I decided why not start an initiative which can be led by the students who are good in these kind of fields, editing, writing and stuff like that. They could just go ahead and speak about it and they could help other students who are in need. So I started this because I wanted someone like me to not ever face the problem. And I just gathered people. I was like, okay, let's do it. And that's how this book up came into existence.
So can you help people find a way to publish the book too?
Yeah, I do.
Because I'm kind of laughing with you because I did write a book. And
Oh,
everything
wow,
you
that's
said
really amazing.
was the challenge. And, finding that editor that was gonna, be honest with me. And to your point, it was
Yes.
humbling when, I whatever it was, like, my book was 20 pages less when she was done editing. You don't need this. But what I find, to your point, is a lot of people love to write. They don't want to deal with the business part of it. Hey, how do I get it proofread? How do I get it published? I just want to write. So that's why when you said that, I was smiling because that's me. I went through everything you just mentioned. It's just so funny. So, but how's it been going so far? And how are you finding people to proofread it? Because that's a real skill, all kidding aside.
Yeah. So I'm going to be very honest. I don't find actual professionals because they actually are working full time, right? So they don't have much time. I find students who are actually learning that skill. Because at BookHub, we believe that, you're here to learn, you're here to create an impact, and you're here to grow. Because as students, we are working in internships because we are there to learn and to grow, right? We're just not there to serve for a certain period of time, get a certificate, and go off with our lives. No, that's not how it happens, right? So I get students who are interested about editing, who are into the field of writing and who really absolutely love like, reading others' books and giving them honest reviews. I don't know if you've heard about Wattpad, but there are tons of critics there. You won't believe there are so many critics out there at Wattpad who are giving their own criticisms to books and no one's, really valuing them. So I reach out to them and I'm like, I have this initiative. You love giving criticism, right? I'm going to give you the book, you criticize it, you tell me what's wrong, and I'm gonna tell the author about it, and they're just gonna improve. Because those people, they are dying to get criticism, and these who are giving it are not reaching the correct audience. So that's how I pretty much do it. I reach out to students, I ask them if they are into it, and then if they're into it, they can just join us for 3 months or longer.
I like what you're doing because I'd rather you be honest with me, hey, I'm not understanding this part of the book, than to let me publish it and just to nothing. No
Exactly.
one wants to read it. You're like, wow, Cap, if
Exactly.
I was honest with you, I could have told you that, you lost me in this part of the story and stuff. So I think it's important. What's the
Exactly.
ball time, my friend? Where are we going with this idea? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Okay, so I believe that in the future, I want BookHub to become an international platform. Right now, we are only national in India. We are helping authors in a small scale because we just started. I'm also a student. I'm trying to scale everything. I'm not someone from an entrepreneurial background or even a financial background, you can say. So I have no idea how to scale this, how to grow this, but I am learning each day. I asked my fellow other entrepreneurs, sorry, I asked my other fellow entrepreneurs about this. I asked, get the advice, and I just made a plan that I want to take it global. I want to help more and more authors who are in need, and maybe we could build an actual application out of it someday, where authors actually get to connect with the professionals by them, and they don't have to pay too much for it. They could afford it at a minimal cost, and at the same time get their books published. I don't know if you've heard about Notion Press. They're doing something very similar, but they're a publishing house right now, and they're not someone that is mentoring the authors. So we want to mentor them. That's the plan for the future. Yeah.
Awesome. What's the best way for people to reach out to you? How can they get in touch?
Okay, so the best way to reach out to us is you can DM us on LinkedIn, or you can simply mail us as bookuptindia.com, and we'll be there to help you out easily at any time. So you can even reach out to us on Instagram, or just text me, guys. Text me.
Awesome. I appreciate you taking a few minutes to call into my show. And as always, thanks for being my friend.
Thank you. It was really amazing getting to know you as well. I'm
Uh,
excited to see it live. Yeah.